children basically help me on Uber and things like that. And I'm shocked, but you start to watch the younger kids picking up stuff and editing and doing things like that. It's like, what happened to our humanity? We got this new gene that got into our evolution. The kids like, does he work there, your dad? What? It's amazing what our future is. Another question?
Yeah, right over here.
Okay.
It's a two-part question. What are some of your guys' comedic inspirations, and how do you guys come up with ideas?
Great. Comedic inspirations.
Jim Carrey. Yeah. Robin Williams. The gods of comedy. George Carlin. Like that. Just
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
Steve Carell. Eddie Murphy. Saturday Night Live, that era. Jimmy Fallon. I love Saturday Night Live when they had, Horatio Sands and all them. And inspiration usually comes from, it can come from any day scenarios. But I actually, this is no lie, this is how I get inspired. I go to the gym super early in the morning, and I listen to all kinds of music. Everything from The Lion King to Inception, soundtrack, to even Peter Pan soundtrack, to, you're talking Miley Cyrus and everything. I just put song after song after song, and just from country to rap to anything. And for some reason, that's how my mind works. And I'll start thinking of ideas once I'm hearing all this music, Batman comes on, and I'm thinking of those ideas, Lion King comes on, and all of a sudden these ideas come out, and I'll sit there on the treadmill for like 2 hours just, and then I'll start jotting down ideas, and then I go home and shoot. And that's no lie how I do it.
That's right, Anna?
No, I'm not a comedian.
Okay. I've been lucky to have worked with a lot of, like I work with Jim Carrey. I worked with most of those guys, so it's different that I'll judge them as a person. Like I'll get to know them, and then I can separate the comedian from the person. Because sometimes comics, we can be pretty depressive. And it's not all flowers and rainbows and moments that people would imagine. So there's a difference between the performer and the person, and I can see that. But my inspiration, I got George Carlin because he would say, and Louis C.K. George Carlin because he would say stuff that's so true and so brilliant. Like he said this something. He goes, the rich and the middle class, and the reason there's the poor to scare the shit out of the middle class. And you think about it, you go, God, he's right. Because I may not get rich, but I sure don't want to get poor, and I'm the middle class. And you go, it's based on truth. So the comics that are truthful, Dave Chappelle, or I got to hang out with Cat Williams one day, and very brilliant guy. And then I saw him on stage as a different guy. Then, of course, I hear about him in the news. It's another different guy. So there's been a lot of comics, and but where you get the inspiration from, I do the same thing. A lot of times I use a lot of music. I stay up. It's hard to explain to the wife I'm working because I'm watching hours of TV in bed, and you're going, and I can understand. Anyone would look at that and go, "What are you doing?" It is a way as a comic. It's daydreaming. That's a lot of it, daydreaming and accepting. When a good idea comes, it comes from, I always consider from God. And if you open yourself and you listen for that voice, that little voice, it's the genius voice, and I think it's God speaking. And I think if you open yourself and you listen to your inspiration will come. We're surprisingly smart people, all of us, with a lot of information in our hands. What do we do with it? It says everything. And that's the truth of comedy. So I'm going to say thank you all for coming to this special show. And our next Latino thought makers, I guess I can announce it. Can I announce it? Is Danny Trejo.
I hope he brings some doctors.
So I'm going to get, we call Danny, and listen, these are the best of social media. I'm very proud of this panel. These are the people that I'm proud of in so many levels, and I want this place to be the place that we celebrate our culture and include other people into our culture, into our world, because there's far more similarities between us all than differences, and that's what Latino Thought Makers is about. So next time, Danny Trejo, please tell your friends and be here. Thank you so much.
If everyone could please exit to the lobby, we'll be taking pictures and there'll be answering questions, shaking your hands. So please exit.